Hello, all of you. CA Dipti Chheda here. Welcome to the first class for GST, Goods and Service Tax Act we are doing right now. Yes, direct taxes is completed and all the notes what you have written, keep on revising the chapter-wise booster notes we have written so that you keep recollecting the provisions. Now, GST right now we are doing for financial year 21 and 22. Okay, so today is the introduction class. Now financial year 21 and 22 we are doing. So we will write all the notes. But right now we all know that 22, 23, what are the changes? Because GST is a very practical topic. It is going on around us, right? You just go to a mall nearby, buy something, you get tax invoice. And there is so much of news in the mobile phone and everywhere. Every day some new upcoming things are coming for GST. So it's very appropriate to learn GST, enjoy the practicality of this subject. But along with that, academically, we need to check in. Yeah. I've kept the chat box on so that if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Those who are watching as recording, please don't hesitate. You are already there in the concept classes challengers group because you have enrolled for this course. There, I am there. All the other senior students are there. Any doubts you have, just click the picture, send a voice note, we will clear it. But give us 24 hours time also because everyone is having the schedule, right? So I hope the instructions are clear. Material is there with all of you, right? And with this, we will be writing two things, okay? Your notebook, your material is there with you. In your notebook, the first 3 to 4 pages you keep for abbreviations. Now listen, dear students, abbreviations are not going to be asked in the final exam. In professional exam, abbreviations are not asked. But abbreviations are necessary. You should know when someone is talking HSN, what is it? GSTN, what is it, right? So just to have that quick perfection, when you write once, no, actually you learn it. So we will have a list of abbreviations for our benefit. See, I'm preparing you exam oriented, like in CMA, you have it for 100 marks, in CA, you have it for 40 marks. So to the point, best knowledge will be given to you with more than 100 plus examples in these 10 coming chapters and more than 150 problems are there. Now, there are some chapters where the problems are very, excuse me, please, like your registrations and all. I'll be giving examples, but we need not solve problems. But I'll give you a lot of problems to practice for input tax credit, which comes in question number 1 only. Are you all getting? So I'm not discussing paper pattern. I'm not discussing weightage. I'm just telling you how we are going to study. I will teach you up to the mark for exams also. But then along with that, you need to have that knowledge so that when you go for your internship, your job, you should be able to link up. This subject is very beautiful, very dynamic. And you can challenge me anytime in the chat box, in the class. Don't wait till the end of the class कि ma'am doubts end में पूछेंगे आपको जो भी doubts है, keep putting here. Yes, right? Yeah, I was giving you the instructions. First 4 pages of your book, keep it for abbreviations. We'll be writing it. The next 4 pages you keep it for sections. Ma'am, sections yaad karna important hai? Frankly not. If you don't put the section, there is no negative or minus marking. But you know, it's a fun way of learning. Have you observed, like in income tax, which we have already completed last week, I have made you learn almost important sections. 44A, bread and butter, books of accounts maintain karo. 44AB tax. So we have linked up, and over the period we have learned the important sections. And the importance of sections, I'll tell you in the GST is, sections are linked up. You just have one section 7 for supply. But if you know 7(1)A, B, you know, if you can link up, you will remember the concept and you will be able to work out the problems very well. See, this is not a law or theory subject. This is not a practical subject. Income tax and GST are analytical subject. You need to analyze, understand the concept, analyze, and then apply it and solve the problem. You all have enjoyed, like you now know how to calculate capital gain. Chalo. I'm taking little extra time to build up that mindset, and still if you have any doubt, ask me. Take example of capital gain. Now you know when you sell the asset, the first thing you need to see is sale consideration. Apply stamp duty wala concept, less cost of acquisition, year of acquisition to get the index. So that mindset, that's a concept we have studied, we have applied, and we have solved the problems of capital. Same applies here. Yes, are you all getting what I'm saying? So the same thing applies here, that you should know the concept, and to know the concept, we will have a separate list of sections. First 4 pages for abbreviations, next 4 pages for sections, and then starts your running notes, which you should write for GST. Okay, right? So let us begin the introduction of GST, right? Any doubts you have, you can ask me. Yes, there are 10 chapters. Wait. By end of the class, I will give you all the sequence. How we are going to study. Are we coming half an hour? Today it is more of listening and participation when I ask the questions too. Actually, those who are watching it as recording, you are working and you have opted for the recorded sessions in Google Drive, pen drive, app, whatever. I am telling you, when I am asking you question, pause, think. Don't wait कि मैं हम नहीं बताएंगे तो मैम 10 मिनट में बता ही देंगे. Done. I have cleared my exam in 2000. हो गई मेरी पढ़ाई. It's like 22 now. You have to prepare for the exam. You have to prepare for the market, the world outside. And you need to be headstrong, confident by the end of the 10th chapter. And for that, when I'm asking you the question, pause the video, think what could be the answer. If it is right, genuinely your confidence will boost up. If it is wrong, no problem. It will give you a kind of pinch which is actually necessary, and you will never forget it. Oh, I missed it for this reason, shit. And you will take it, okay? And relax, the speed of the class will be very slow. You will be able to follow each and every class. Chalo, let me share the screen. So first pages only when you are doing it with the abbreviations. 1 minute, I'll share the screen. Yeah, can you see in your notebook where you have the abbreviations? No? Let us start the class with some abbreviations and with some concepts. Sections I am not giving, but leave the pages for the sections. Okay. So what we are doing right now, dear students, we are studying the subject called as GST. What is the full form? Goods and Service Tax Act. I'll tell you all the history, why this is introduced and all, but I'll be using some terms, some abbreviations. So before we start, make yourself comfortable, write down. Goods and Service Tax Act is called as GST. Yes. So when you're getting your income, you're paying income tax. When you're selling someone goods, earlier it was VAT or CST, Central Sales Tax and all. Now when you sell someone goods, it is GST. If you're giving someone services, restaurant service, saloon service, event management service, chartered accountant, cost accountant service. So whether you are selling goods or services, you are selling a product or a service, government wants to charge tax on it. Yes. So that is the Goods and Service Tax Act. Now, it is divided into different kind of the taxes, and the first one charged is IGST. Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act. There are rules. As you know, we are going in a flow. As we complete the chapters and all, you'll come to. Yeah, but terms are overlapping. Like input tax credit is the 6th chapter. but right from the first chapter that ITC term to aap sunoge. Last chapter is returns. So I'll tell you now how to do this. Okay. Is IGST clear? Integrated Goods and Service Tax. This is the GST charged on interstate supply of goods or services. One state to another state. In any 28 states in India, if the goods are sold or services are rendered from Telangana to Delhi, from Hyderabad to Mumbai, then IGST is charged, Integrated Goods and Service Tax. Then we have CGST, Central Goods and Service Tax, and SGST, State Goods and Service Tax. These are charged when it is intrastate. Within the state, when goods or services are sold or supplied, then we charge CGST, 50% of the tax goes to center, SGST, 50% of the tax goes to state. Right? I'm purposely giving you first the terms so that when I use it to start, we have not started the introduction. UTGST, we have union territories in India, which is the latest declared union territories in India. Quick. Be more responsive in the class. Yes, correct. The recent union territory last year, Jammu and Kashmir, is now a union territory, and part of Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, is a separate union territory now. Yes. So we have Union Territory Goods and Service Tax Act. Yes. This much is enough now. Clear to all of you these abbreviations. When I am selling the goods or supplying services from one state to another, I will charge IGST. When I am doing it within the state, I will charge CGST and SGST. And if it is within the Union Territory, UTGST. Right? More about how these taxes are charged, how they can be set off and all in the coming classes. Now we are going to the introduction. Yes, check with me. Yes. Now see, what do you mean by taxes? The basic question to all of you. Taxes. What is taxes? See, I am explaining in my way, then I'll try to read what is required. But today, the very first class, the homework is you have to read word to word the material which is provided to you, the workbook from material where you are going to write all examples and all. So that you have to read, and tomorrow when I start the class, the first 5 to 7 minutes will be any doubts in yesterday's class. And one out of you would be revising in the class also. Okay? Right. So now, taxes are nothing but the money we pay to government. Yes, the money we pay to government. See, central government, state government is running so many things. If there's a natural calamity, they will give the compensation roads. And now it's monsoon season, they will do all the work. So government is running the country. Do they need money? Yes. This money, who will provide to government? Public. In the form of what? Taxes. So the total taxes which we pay to government are covered up in two types: direct tax and indirect tax. Direct taxes, on your own, you pay the tax to government in the form of example as income tax. You earn the income, dear students, working part-time, doing accounting job, giving coaching to 11th, 12th class students. Just some examples I'm giving. You are earning the income, you pay the tax to government in the form of income tax. So on your income, you are paying the tax directly to the government. That's why it's called as direct tax. And in India, we have direct tax in the form of income tax. Indirect taxes, direct tax is charged and in the form of income tax on income. Indirect tax are GST, custom duty, and they are charged on what? On goods and services. Custom duty is charged on import and export. When you export the goods out of India, you have to pay the custom duty. When you import, you have to pay the custom duty at the port. Goods and services, you are entering within the city, within the state, outside the state, you have to pay indirect tax in the form of goods and service tax. I'll tell you little history which is very much necessary. Are the two types of taxes clear? Achha, why do we call this as indirect tax? If I'm using, this is not a marker, this is a digital pen I'm using on the touch screen laptop. Now, when I purchased this for 4,000, it was written MRP inclusive of all taxes. Am I going to bear all the taxes? Direct, indirect, all, ultimately all the taxes are borne by consumer. So this, when I purchased, it was written MRP inclusive of taxes. Am I bearing the GST on this? GST is there. This is sold to me by the retailer. I went to the shop and purchased the digital pen. Yes. But am I paying the GST to GST department? No. I have purchased it for 3,500, 500 rupees GST. I gave the tax to the retailer. Retailer has purchased it from the distributor. HP company's pen has purchased it from the distributor. Distributor has purchased it from the manufacturer. So the tax is going to government via indirectly. You all are taking coaching at concept classes. Now on the services, coaching service, are you paying GST? Answer is yes. But are you saying, Dipti ma'am, take 5,000 fees and 500 GST, go and give it to the GST department? No, you are giving it to me. I'm the service provider. You are giving 5,500 to me. I'm giving it to government. So indirectly, when the tax goes to government, student is giving GST to concept classes is rendering to government. I am paying GST to the retailer is paying to government. How it is paid in part by everyone and all, I'll make clear with an example. But when the taxes goes to government in stages, indirectly, it's called indirect tax. When it goes directly, it is direct tax. You want to note down, then note down this flowchart so that you have it in your mind map clearly. Running notes, it would be good if you write some very important flowcharts only I'll give. Otherwise, our material is enough and we don't want to take over time for these this portion of 40 marks. Yes. Any doubts till now? Direct tax, indirect tax is clear? Yes. So these are the kind of the taxes we are paying to government, directly and indirectly. Okay. Now just a little bit history if I talk of these indirect taxes. Okay, we'll do one thing. This much when we have done, we will read the material for this much and stage wise we will go. See all the instructions, you have to carefully see how many videos are there, all index is there. And here we begin with your first chapter. Direct taxes are taxes which are levied on person for income earned and all. Incidence is borne by himself. You know, your income, you have to pay the tax. Indirect taxes are taxes which are levied on product or on service. Incidence of which is borne by consumer who ultimately consume the product or service. Yes. And you know, indirectly it goes on to government. Now, sometimes these theory questions are asked from chapter 1. Abhi last 2 exams, say they have not touched much, but sometimes, you know, basic concept that what is the constitution amendment through which GST is introduced, and many things are asked like this. So some things are very important practically, so definitely I will stress on. Some things are very important for exam point of view, may not be very relevant practically. हम सब करेंगे, ठीक है? Difference between direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax is levied on person, Mr. A, Mr. B, or a partnership firm or a company. The definition of person is given in section 2, subsection 31 of income tax, which includes AOP, BOI, and artificial person and all. So it is like person wise it is charged. Indirect tax is charged on goods, product, or services. Direct tax. Amount of tax is determined directly on the basis of taxable income. Amount of tax is determined indirectly. How it is calculated, I'll tell you. Direct tax, the tax is borne by the person directly. Indirect taxes passes on to ultimate consumer. One example, the next 15 minutes will make you write, and it will be very clear how the GST is charged. Okay. Higher collection cost as tax collection is difficult. Income tax collection is difficult unless that same person is filing the return. Indirect taxes is in stages, so there is no escape. If you want to buy a medicine, if you want to buy a cream, if you want to buy a mobile, you have to pay the GST. So the collection part is easier. Let me tell you, indirect taxes is now higher than the direct taxes. And this June 2022, there's a jump of 56% since last year. Some 1,40,000 crore change collection is done in June month for GST. So now indirect taxes, the collection is easier and higher. एक time था जब direct tax was the highest collection, and in direct tax also individuals, the cricketers, the film stars, the celebrities, they would be paying highest tax. So newspaper messages used to come. So and so person, Ajay Devgan, Akshay Kumar has paid this much of advance. Now it is like indirect taxes is ruling the market. And there's a beautiful history behind this, I'll tell you. Direct taxes are progressive in nature. Tax rates are high for people. Yes, you're earning more than 50 lakhs, you pay surcharge. Oh, you are earning more than 5 crore, you pay more surcharge. Oh, your income is just less than 5 lakh, take a rebate. Emotions. Higher, आप ज़्यादा कमा रहे हो ना, आप ज़्यादा tax pay करो. You're earning less, no, you pay less tax. Yes, are you getting? So the direct tax is progressive in nature. Indirect tax has got no bifurcation. It is like this product. You go to a hotel, eat one plate of idli. How much GST? सब लोग खाते हैं. अब ये मत बोलना कि हम बंडी पे जाके ही खाते हैं इडली. हाँ, ठेले पे ही खड़े रह के. अरे खाते हो ना, तो कितना पे करते हो? Good, 5%. Today onwards, please observe every bill what you are getting, especially those offer wala bills. No, buy one. Huh? You go to these brand factories and all, and how do they give you billing? If you buy 2 shirts, 1 shirt is free. How do they do the billing? Check it. So coming back to my example, GST is not charged person wise, it is charged product wise. There are some sin products, SIN, sin product. अच्छे products नहीं है. Tobacco, cigarettes. Very highest rate of the GST 28%. उसके ऊपर compensation says 150% and all that is charged. Please don't get disappointed that ma'am is talking so many rates and all. आज का class is just like information. Like you read the newspaper, relax. And don't try to write everything. There is a separate chapter for levy of the GST. वहाँ पे पूरे मैं rates बताऊंगी आपको. 5%, 18%, 28%. There are some products like which are very essential. Only 5% GST is charged. Are you getting? So GST is charged 5% on say suppose milk or some essential commodity. Now whether that salt packet is purchased by a business tycoon or that salt packet is purchased by a roadside vendor, it is charged same. So indirect taxes is regressive in nature. All consumers will bear it equally. Examples of direct tax, income tax and all. Example of indirect taxes, GST and custom duty. ठीक है? This is also not there. Only income tax is there. ठीक है? चलो. Now, what are the features of indirect taxes and all? Before that, I want all of you to write and some history, Genesis की कहाँ से शुरुआत हुई GST की. Are you all following the class? Are you all enjoying? Till here it is very clear. Clear, super clear. Thank you. Yes. I know you will be having many doubts out of the way, ma'am. हम तो ये product, yes. If you all are doing business, I am not doing consultancy of GST. But whatever best way I can answer, and I have my mentors for GST. Let me tell you, it's a super dynamic subject. I am telling you, my knowledge is not enough. It's like good. I know my confidence. I can come to the level of the student and teach and help them get exemption and income tax and GST. But when it is coming to practical application, you keep pouring your doubts. I have my mentors. If I know, I will answer. If not, I'll say wait for one day. I will ask my mentors and answer. Okay? Right. Chalo. I want all of you to go to your notebooks and just write one example that will make it very clear how the GST is charged. You know that cascading effect क्या होता है, कुछ terms जो हम अभी use करेंगे ना, so all that will be very clear to you. Yeah. Abbreviations 4 page, sections 4 page. We are not writing anything today. Maybe it may not be tomorrow for sections. I think we can start with the second chapter, that is supply. So be ठीक है. Please don't worry. I'm not going to give you sections, subsections, rules, and all. What are very important, which will help you to remember the concept. Those sections, yes, I want you all to learn. ठीक है? चलो. अब ना एक टेबल बनाते, हेडिंग लिखो आपके नोटबुक में, हाउ जीएसटी इज चार्ज्ड. हाउ इन योर इंट्रोडक्शन चैप्टर, हाउ जीएसटी इज चार्ज्ड. Particulars. Frankly, what I'm doing is chapter number 6, input tax credit लेके कैसे आप पेमेंट करोगे टैक्स का, but just enough. And I'll take very simple figures and rates. The rates may not be the actual rate, please, dear students. Rate will be given to you in the exam, so we need not buttify the rates. We need not buttify the HSN code and all also. HSN code क्या वो भी मैं आपको बताती हूँ. Just wait for 2 minutes. But when I explain the concept, my figures are going to be 10 रुपए 2 रुपए ऐसे simple. ठीक है? Particulars, cost, एडिशन. कॉस्ट में आप एडिशन करते हो ना, एक्सपेंसेस एंड प्रॉफिट. Yeah. And just wait, just see how many this I'm making. Cost, addition, sales, and GST. I could have made 2 more columns, output GST, input GST, but अब उतना जरूरत नहीं. Cost, addition, expense, profit, sale, and GST. Can I make the table? Put your pens down so that you can help me in calculation. I'll give you time to take this down. Okay. Suppose a manufacturer is selling the product to a distributor. Okay. So what is the cost of the manufacturer? Say 80 rupees. A lot of disturbances happening in Zoom. हाथ भी हिला रहे तो कैमरा हिल रहा है क्या? आपको भी आ रहा है डिस्टर्बेंस? बुरा लग गया डिस्टर्बेंस बोलते से. One second. Okay, here we are. Manufacturer is manufacturing in 80 rupees. He is adding 20 rupees profit and he is selling, manufacturer is selling to distributors in 100 rupees. GST rate is not 10%, but just for the giving you the concept, I am taking 10%. He will charge GST 10 rupees and 110 rupees may manufacturer is selling the goods to distributor in 110 rupees. 10 rupees is the output GST which he will pay to government. Who? Manufacturer will say to distributor, distributor, my cost is 80, वो profit बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. Selling price is 100, on that 10% GST, 110. Manufacturer cannot keep 110 rupees with him. He will keep 100 rupees as a sales value, including profit. 10 rupees he will remit to the GST department. Now, distributor to wholesaler. कंपनी का जो डायरेक्ट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है वो स्टेट में होलसेलर्स हैं, ऐसे उनको देते हैं. So what is the cost for them? 100. I hope you are getting. What is the cost for D distributor? 100. ₹10 क्या है? Input GST. Now please remember, if you are a registered dealer, whatever GST you are paying on your purchases, that will not be added to your purchases. Keep it separately and it is called as input GST. Am I making the term clear? It's a beautiful example. Take 10 minutes time to understand, take 10 minutes time to copy, but इससे हमारे पूरे advantages और सब cover हो जाएगा. Now distributor got it in 100. I am again repeating, distributor cannot say my purchases is 110 because I paid 110 to the manufacturer. It is 100. 10 rupees is the input GST. Some of the students who already know it in graduation or anything, they may be saying, "Arey, bahut easy hai." Please don't fast forward. When a teacher knows when to explain very slowly, and just see when I'm going fast, when I'm giving the homework, sometimes the homeworks are exactly same of the classwork, I'll just go through it very fast. So my cost is 100. Input GST I'll keep separate. In my cost, let me add 50 rupees. After purchasing, the distributor added his expenses 20, his profit 30, whatever it may be, and he's selling to the wholesaler in 150. He's selling to the wholesaler in 150. On 150, again he is charging 10%, 15 rupees GST. Now, distributor is saying, I am selling this in 15 rupees, but I will not pay 15 to government. 10 I have already paid, no? I am again repeating. That's why I'm saying don't write. Put your pens down and listen to the concept. This is the base level problem for question number 1 only in GST, which comes compulsory for 10 marks. तब हम higher level के problem करेंगे. 2-3 products, 2-3 distributors. Distributors to the wholesaler. He's saying, I am selling it in 165. 15 is my output GST. Input GST, this is output GST. Minus 10 rupees I have already paid to the government, but 10 rupees the distributor didn't pay to government, distributor paid to manufacturer. That's why indirect tax. And how much he will pay to government? 5 rupees. You know what, dear students? GST is called as value addition tax. Value addition tax. How much value distributor has added? 50 rupees, no? On that 10%. This is just for all your understanding. 50 ka 10% karo, ya 15 minus 10. Clear till here? Now, wholesaler gives it to retailers. अब wholesaler के लिए cost कितना है? 150. Wholesaler is saying, I have purchased from company's direct distributor in 150. I have paid 15 GST. That is input GST for me. I'm telling you, this example will make the features, the advantage, the disadvantage, everything very clear. So take your time. Any doubts are there, ask me. 150, 15 is the input GST. Now, he will add his profit. Say 100 rupees, expense या profit. Of 150 में 100. So he is selling in 250. I'm again saying Wholesaler is saying my purchase is 150 and not 165. 15 rupees what I have paid input GST, I will keep it separately. I will not add it on to the purchase. Purchase में add कर दिया तो then it is like cascading effect, tax on tax. वो कैसे वो भी मैं आपको बताऊँ. 150 into 15, and now we have this 100 as value addition by the wholesaler to retailer. So this is like 250, है ना? So now 250 and 250 पे he will charge 10%, 25, 275 में wholesaler is selling to retailer. Wholesaler is selling to retailer. How much tax wholesaler will pay to government? Wholesaler will pay 25 rupees, which he has collected from retailer. He can't keep in pocket. 25 rupees government का पैसा है. But out of that 15 he has already remitted, no? Output GST minus input GST is the 10 rupees. And otherwise also, how much value addition he has done? 100 rupees. Whatever value addition you do on that, you pay the tax. ये लेफ्ट से राइट से ऊपर से नीचे के पूरा घुमा के देख लो, इसको आराम से करो. And now wholesaler to retailer, now retailer to consumer. Retailer is like a showroom. He is getting in 250. He is paying input GST 25. Yes. Now what he will do is 250 mein he has got 25 he has paid input GST. He will add say 50 rupees of his profit and he will sell 300 to the consumer. Consumer को 10% GST तो लगा के ही देगा 30 rupees. I'm just taking the same rate. The rate could change. Consumer is getting consumer price. Consumer is getting it in how much? 330. How much the retailer will pay to government? 30 minus 25, 5 rupees. And otherwise 50 is the value addition. 10% of that 5 rupees. ऐसे करो या ऐसे करो. Now let us talk to consumer. Consumer is saying, I have got this product in 300 and 30 rupees is the total GST. Total. It's not tax on tax. Total GST on this product is 30 rupees now. Ultimately, all the taxes are borne by consumer. Consumer will get the product for 330. Consumer will not say, ma'am, 330 rupees. If you consume the product, you cannot take input tax credit. I hope you are getting. Consumer is the end user. So all the taxes are borne by consumer. When I am getting this marker for 3,500 plus 500, mere liye to my business expenditure is 4,000 for this pen. Are you all getting? So consumer, even if he has purchased for business, he will add on 300 plus 330 and he will record the expense or asset inclusive of GST. I just purchased an AC for my house, 40,000, on which I paid GST. So inclusive of the GST, I will capitalize. I'm just giving an example. और ये सब कैसे charge होता है ये तो coming classes. Now, one thing did you observe? GST is charged in stages. Manufacturer is paying 10 rupees tax to government. Distributor is paying 5 rupees tax to government. Wholesaler is paying 15, but यहाँ पे तो 25 minus 15. So out of his pocket, how much value addition he has done? 10. Retailer is paying 5 rupees to the government. So 10 plus 5, 15, 15, 20, 20 and 10, 30. 30 rupees tax is going to government. 30 rupees tax is going to government from different people. That is why GST is multi-point taxation, one of the features. GST is charged on value addition. And there is no tax on tax. Imagine if the retailer is unregistered, उसने registration नहीं किया, तो he'll say 250 plus 25. मुझे तो ना 27 ऐसे ही बीच में कोई भी, I'm just saying retailer, but suppose wholesaler, he's not registered, he will to say 275 में I will add my cost and profit, 375 पे 10% GST. Listen once again, 255 25% is input GST, but you cannot take input GST credit if you are not a registered dealer in GST. अब registration is the name of a chapter. मैम कब रजिस्टर करना, कैसे रजिस्टर करना, what is the limit? I hope I am not going beyond the topic today. मतलब आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? मैं बस सब चैप्टर्स टच सबको हाय हेलो. हाँ, बट ये तो अनरजिस्टर्ड है, तो उसको he will not get input tax credit. For him the purchase cost is 275. He will add his profit 375. Now if he is selling to again a registered person and all, तो ये क्या होगा बीच में? If one unregistered person, manufacturer to distributor to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, retailer, if one unregistered person is coming, the chain is broken. And when you are charging, suppose for any case you are charging 10% tax on 375, are you not charging tax on tax, which used to happen in the central sales tax or VAT or APGST, Andhra Pradesh government VAT था. When I came to Hyderabad in 2001, तब बाद में APGST आया था. हाँ, तो already 100 पे I have paid 10 rupees tax. I am getting it in 110. Again on this I am paying 20% tax. So when I am paying 20% on 110, I am paying 20% on 100 and I am paying 20% on tax. When you are paying tax on tax, it is called as cascading effect, which is not there in the GST. And everyone is doing their value addition and paying the tax. I was expecting someone would ask, ma'am, when you pay 5 rupees to government को पता चल जाएगा कि आपका profit margin 50 है. Yes, one of the advantage of the GST is transparent. When you pay monthly tax to government, government knows how much I have got. 25 collection. I've already paid 15. 10 I am paying from my pocket to government. My output GST is 25. My input GST is 10. 15 I am paying to government. Government is knowing that I have done 150's value addition. That's why 150 10%. Like that. Yes. So take down this example right now in your notebook. I'm not pausing the video. I'm here only just 2 minutes. I'll be back and then we will continue with some features, with some advantage. And keep putting your doubts also. Write down, right? Yes. While explaining, I'm writing also, but I hope it is clear. It's so interesting. I'm like recollecting all the 10 chapters and the beauty in that. Exemptions and registrations and yeah. Yes. Is it clear the example? 10% is not the rate of the GST, 5%, 12%, 28%, all that. Just to make the example, focus more on the concept and not the calculation. We are allowed to use the calculator. I've given you. Finally, the tax is going to government. Government is happy. Final selling price kya hai? Not from the manufacturer. Final consumer, you are getting it in 300, no? We want 30 rupees. But 30 rupees consumer is so bearing. But it is going via. I am doing this much value addition, I will pay the tax. Others are doing this. So like this, it will go in stages to the government. So with this, let us now check up some of the features of GST. Yes. Features of the GST. GST is one of the major source of the revenue. As I told you, the collection is more than the direct taxes. Like everyone is selling the goods and the services, and on that GST is charged. It's levied on goods and services. It is also levied at the time of import and export indirectly. Yeah, import of services पे भी GST लगता है. How we will see. Shifting of the incidence. Indirect taxes, the burden is shifted on from one person to another. Yes or no? You pay this much, you pay this much, whatever value addition you do. So that's why it is also called as multiple point tax. Consumers do not feel the pinch of such taxes. Yes. They are paying it, but it's all inclusive. So the end users don't know how much taxes they are paying. But it leads to inflation. Tax imposed on goods and services cost increase in the price of commodity. Yes or no? Just recently, I'll give a very practical example. We are dealing into kitchen appliances, my family. So recently, some of the item in the kitchen appliances, which was in 5%, has now gone up to 28%. Immediately, the pricing is changed. Because now we are only going to pay 28% input GST. So we are also going to charge more from the customer. Nahi, prices बढ़ जाएंगे. That's why after every budget, there is so much, halchal. Though budget comes in February and there's 1 month time and implementation is from 1st April, all this we have seen in direct taxes. But if the rate of the GST on the product and services is changed, it's going to have impact on pricing and inflation. Unlike direct tax, indirect tax have a wider tax base. There are still crores of people who are not showing their income or showing their income below basic exemption 250, and hence they are not paying any tax. But everyone you buy, I told you, a small medicine strip, a small item, a biscuit packet of 10 rupees, and you are paying tax to government. So indirect tax is wider base as it is collected in goods and services form. It helps in promoting social welfare. Yeah. There are some harmful products, as I told you, tobacco, cigarette, and all that. So there is higher rate of compensation cess. Compensation cess was implemented for 5 years. ये भी detail आएगा types of taxes chapter में, but just because I introduced the term. IGST, CGST is charged. What is compensation cess? It's additional GST which is charged on the sin products. Government wants to discourage the use of the product. So, 140, 150% they charge the taxes. Yes, it is regressive in nature that I've already told you. Like rich, poor, all need to pay the same taxes. Yeah. History, I'll tell you a little later. History, I'll tell you, just wait. examples are also there, how GST is charged. 1 second. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this first. You know, some of you may be recollecting, ma'am, hum to pehle VAT pay karte the, ye tha. Like when I was a student, I have studied my CA final from 97 to 2000. I enrolled as a student in 95. Since I qualified in 2000, हाँ आप सबको इंट्रोडक्शन इसीलिए दिए क्योंकि आप डायरेक्ट टैक्स पढ़ के इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स में आ रहे हैं. The last 22 years I've been teaching field only. But I'm telling you, when I was a student, I studied excise duty and mod VAT. Then came SENVAT, and then came VAT, and now we have the GST. So what are the taxes which are subsumed? This may be asked in MCQ and on somewhere. Excise duty. It's there on some product, tobacco, alcohol, थोड़े products पे है. Excise duty was charged by manufacturer. And then central sales tax was charged on pricing inclusive of excise duty. तो बहुत inflation होता था. I'll tell you the example. Just see the names. Central excise duty, additional excise duty, countervailing duty, service tax, central sales tax, other surcharges, state tax, entry tax, entertainment tax, taxes on advertisement and lotteries and all. All these taxes are subsumed, means now they are not there. Only 3 types of taxes are there. Number 1, income tax. Number 2, GST. Number 3, custom duty. Okay? So what are the taxes which are subsumed is clear or not? Right. Now, what are the benefits which the country will accrue from GST? Okay. अभी जो हमने GST का टेबल देखा ना उससे relevant है, so I am taking it right now. Elimination of the cascading effect. Please let me give you one example. Earlier, a manufacturer used to sell the product in 100 rupees. On that, he would charge excise duty 12 rupees, 12%. On 112, CST was charged, interstate sales tax, say 10%. 11.2. Are you all getting? So sales tax was charged on the sale value plus excise duty. So sales tax should be charged on the sale of the product 100, but inclusive of excise duty. This is just an example. If you don't write also it's okay. But I'm telling you, when tax on tax was charged, it was called as cascading effect. It is not there now. So what is the benefit or advantage of the GST? Elimination of cascading effect. One nation, one market. Earlier within the state, Andhra Pradesh government sale tax, वो एक अलग था, AP GST. Maharashtra state government, वो अलग था. Now everything is under one roof. Even if it is intrastate or interstate, the way they regulate GST in India is same for state as well as for nation. So one nation, one tax, that is the thing. Elimination of multiple taxes and double taxation, I told you. Reduction in overall tax burden. Just now the example which I gave you, 112, 112, 11.2. So when I am trying to sell it in market, my cost is 133. So because of so many taxes on Indian products, we were not able to compete in the world. Now, because of this beautiful set of gaming in the GST, our products are quite cheaper and they are competitive in the world market. So more competitive in the market because the input taxes and all are allowed to be set up from output tax. Increase in government's revenue. I'm telling you, in 1990s, no one would have dreamed that कोई indirect tax ऐसे होगा. It was levied, excise and all. But you know, when long back, even I'm going back to the roots of jahan se VAT and all was started, it started with like 3 rupees. They said, acha, you are generating income for someone, just an out of the way talk. I'm generating income for you, dear student. I'm paying you interest salary. So हम TDS काटते हैं. I am giving you insurance service, telecommunication service, broker. These are the basic 3 services from which service tax was introduced. VAT was charged on limited products. I'm telling you, literally, service tax started in the 1990s and with 3 services. Oh, you are giving services of insurance, no? आप service tax charge करो. आप शेयर मार्केट में शेयर बेचने में हेल्प कर रहे हैं ना, यू आर अ ब्रोकर, नो? आप चार्ज करो. Then a big list of services. Then they said all the services charge service tax except the negative list. All the goods charge the GST except the exempted or zero rated goods. So now it's reverse. You are selling goods, GST लगाओ. You are selling services, GST लगाओ. Except negative list. Negative list इसको छोड़ के. Again it's chapter 4th name. Exempted or negative list services. So definitely it's a huge revenue for government. Indirect taxes. Administration is very easy. Just now I have made a table and isn't it so transparent? What is my output GST? What is my input GST? I pay the tax to government. Ma'am, output GST 15% है, 18% है, input 5% है, चलेगा. Rate to rate. Ma'am, output to IGST है, input to CGST है, कुछ rules हैं. I'll teach you. But it is very simple. The operational part of the GST is very simple. But having said this, it's a challenge for professionals. Professionals are making the best of the bridge between the clients and the department because provisions easy है, सब ठीक है, लेकिन बहुत changes आ रहे हैं. GST Council is like sitting making changes. By the time I have put 50 crore limit for e-invoicing, now the limit has become 20 crore. Compensation cess was till 2022. Now it is extended for 5 more years. So it's like very dynamic. As a teacher, we need to change our material every second month. It's like that. But don't worry, there are many things which are practically there. And if you feel, Dipti ma'am ने तो ये पढ़ाया नहीं, हमारे पापा तो ऐसा करते हैं तो आपको इसलिए नहीं पढ़ाया. We are doing it financial year 21-22. It must have been a notification after that. Implemented now, but exam के लिए relevant नहीं. Are you all getting? Huh? Yeah. And if you're studying for the later years, 20-23, amendment lectures are going to be put up. There's a separate playlist, so don't worry about that. Okay? Are the benefits clear to you? There's no cascading effect. One nation, one tax. You can write. ये बहुत चल रहा है. कभी बशीरबाग या रोड पे जीएसटी डिपार्टमेंट के पास जाओ ना, तो आपको ये एडवांटेजेस के पूरे बोर्ड ही लगा के रख दिए वहां पे. It is a multiple point tax. But there is no double taxation and there are not too many taxes. Multiple point is different than multiple taxes. It's not multiple taxes. Multiple point means it's collected in stages by various people. I've covered this advantages because it's very familiar to that. Okay. Now we'll do one thing. Though we are in introduction chapter, introduction will all not be over today. Whatever time it may take, just look at this. The portion is really very simple. You have introduction, then the chapter 2's name. I'm just introducing the name. Supply. Okay, ma'am. If I sell goods, if I give services, I should charge GST. But supply is, what is the transaction? Am I selling, supplying, or giving free, or barter, or kya? I am giving you GST coaching. And against that, you give me 5,000 rupees product. Ma'am ko to humne kuch sell hi nahi ki, but I hope you are getting. So is a barter also covered under GST? Yes. That's the beautiful part of supply. Charge of GST is at what rate and how and what are exempted products, zero rated product, nil product and what. Exemption on this GST will not be charged. Emotions on hospital bills. On everything you're not paying GST, no? Right? Then 5th chapter is the best, the scoring and compulsory problem comes on time of supply and value of supply. Time of supply is, ma'am, I am sending the goods to the recipient and the supplier. GST कब charge करूं? अभी उनको मिलने पे या when they reach the, what are the conditions? And on what value? I was telling to Rishabh, come and collect the goods from my showroom. Rishabh is saying, ma'am, you pay the Rapido and please send me. I added Rapido. Now GST is to be paid on 100 or 50 rupees. Rapido mila ke 150. So what should be the transaction value? Name of the chapter. Input tax credit, already I told you. Can I take input tax credit? Yes. Conditions, we will study it. Okay. When should I get myself registered? 20 lakhs से turnover cross हुआ तो limits and all here. Documents used in GST. Compulsory one question. Are you all also putting star marks? 5th chapter, 8th chapter, exam oriented. पढ़ना सब है. आप जब फील्ड में वर्क करोगे, डिग्री तो है, नॉलेज है, तो ही ब्रिज बनेगा. दीप्ति मैम ने ये तो पढ़ाया नहीं, एग्जाम में नहीं आता है. नो. So documents, tax invoice and receipt voucher and refund voucher, e-invoicing, e-way bill, and now to that QR code. Yes, सब पढ़ेंगे. QR code next exam में expected question. Payment of taxes. How do you pay your taxes? And last one is return. GSTR1, GSTR3B. What are the monthly, quarterly, yearly returns which the registered dealer should file? And ma'am, if I am a non-resident, हाँ एक ही बार लेकिन return तो भरना पड़ेगा. Ma'am, I am a resident of Jammu Kashmir. I came to Hyderabad in the Numaish and I have put up a stall here and I am selling. I will go to Jammu and Kashmir and pay tax. Ma'am, no. You are a casual taxable person in Hyderabad. You have earned in Hyderabad, no? Pay tax in Hyderabad. Though you are a registered dealer in Jammu and Kashmir. I'll tell you, these are just touching points I am doing. It's a beautiful syllabus. Watch each and every lecture thoroughly. Take down running notes. Solve the problem with me in the class. Trust my homework. When I say I'll be giving you a lot of homework for these chapters. Because you get this in question number 1 only for 10 marks. How much credit you will take, how to calculate. So when I say do the homework, do it. And next day I will correct it in the class. If you get the final answer correct, you know, Dipti ma'am से पढ़ो पास ही हो जाते, confidence built up ही हो जाता, headstrong हो जाते. No, it should come from inside when you trust the teacher, and more than trusting me as a teacher, trust my ways of teaching. I have seen my own journey, CA Inter, then PE1, PE2, then PCC, then IPCC, and now again it's CA Inter. So ये portions तो change होते रहते हैं and all that. I've taught excise, I've taught service tax, I've taught VAT, and I'm now teaching GST. So this whole experience, to the point, best of the knowledge will be given to you. Yes? Sure. Let us go to the next part of it. Yeah, we've just completed the features. Any doubt? Huh? Just some terms I'm using like cascading, regressive, progressive. If not clear, ask me again and again. Yes? Okay. Okay, history and all we will see. Now, when we are talking about GST, some more, I know I'm jumping, I'm not going in the sequence. This is the flow of the class. I take it in this way only always, and it's helpful. Yeah. Now, we are talking a lot about GST. Now, to implement GST, they have GSTN. The full form is given here only. You can add it. Goods and Service Tax Network. It is all online in GST. There's a portal where you have to upload for registration, for deregistration, for invoicing, for e-way bill, for uploading your payment, your returns. Everything is on portal, and that portal's name is GSTN. Yes? GSTN provides a shared infrastructure for central state government, you know, automatically when it is interstate IGST, when it is within the state, half tax goes to the center, half goes to the state. So this is all done automatically on the portal www.gst.gov.in. This is just all for your understanding. Okay. It is accessible over internet by taxpayers, by CAs, OTP numbers and all. How we are doing it in direct taxes also. Yes. Now, what are the functions of the GST? They may ask you, and especially these last two are the additions and the functions. GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Network, the online portal, it will help you facilitating registration. You have to upload your documents, your PAN and all. PAN number is necessary. GSTN number is 15 digits. The first 10 digits is PAN only. This detail I'll teach you in registration chapter. So GSTN helps first of all in applying for registration, getting registration, filing returns, computation, settlements, matching the payment. You know what is output GST for me? I've sold the goods to you. You are a registered. Automatically input purchases ना आपके online portal में in your account it will be auto dropped. How is it done in your bank account? You have paid me 5,000 fees. Just you do that IMPS, NIFT, online payment, Google Pay, Paytm आप करते हैं ना? Money goes out from your account and I get 5,000 and I get message from my bank. My balance was 5 lakh, now it is 5 lakh 5,000. That's the same. When I am selling the goods to you, I am paying output GST to the government. Immediately you are getting the input credit on your purchase. So this analysis and reporting and all this is done on GSTN portal. Two latest addition is one is e-way bill. E-way bill is basically used for movement of the goods. One auto trolley is going out from my factory. How much goods are loaded, who are, and all details are there. So e-way bill के लिए और एक portal भी है. It is managed by National Informatics Center, Ministry of Electronics and all. E-way bill is electronic document generated on the portal for movement of goods. Ma'am, above what limit and all it is necessary in the documents chapter, the 8th chapter. Now recently IRP, Invoice Registration Portal. IRP, Invoice Registration Portal. Generally, we prepare invoice in our software, Tally and all. But if your turnover is crossing by a limit, you have to generate invoice also on portal. ताकि manipulation ना हो. This all for that purpose. So IRP, I am going very slow and repeating. Invoice Registration Portal. It is the website for uploading of e-invoice by notified person managed by SAFE. All dealers with aggregate turnover, कभी भी आपका turnover has crossed 50 crores, e-invoicing is mandatory. 50 crore is for 21, 22. 22 onwards it is 20 crore. This is for your knowledge. 20 crore से turnover cross होता है तो invoicing also you cannot do it in your software, Tally software. You have to do it on the portal. So this is a beautiful work for GSTN. Clear to all of you? Yes. Now, GSTN is doing a huge work. So they need supporters, no? Like we don't go to the income tax department to file our return. We have income tax website and some PIN facilitation centers. Yes or no? I'll give you a basic example. Are you all going to electricity department to pay your electricity bill? No, ma'am. We pay online or we go to e-seva, me-seva and we do it. Yes or no? So like that, for income tax, we have PIN facilitation centers wherein they will help you to pay your TDS, advance tax and all that. Same way, we have GST. Okay? GST Suvidha Providers. Hindi ka naam they have used. GST Suvidha Providers. GSP stands for G for GST, S for Suvidha, P for Providers. A GSP is considered as enabler for taxpayer to comply with the provisions of the GST through its web platform. GSPs develop applications to be used by taxpayers for integrating with the GST. Now they help facilitate. So you can go to Suvidha providers and take their help. They facilitate taxpayers in uploading invoices in a single stop and all. They give all the kind of services. They customize products that address the need of the different segment of the users. I am into teaching. I know how to do my business. ना मेरे को ये GST और portal का काम नहीं समझता. So for all the trainers and teachers, they have a separate category. for all the manufacturers. ऐसे they सुविधा providers are helping, and GSP may take the help of ASPs, application service providers, who act as link between the taxpayers and the suvidha provider. Taxpayers can take the help of the application service providers agents. Application service providers will bring them to the suvidha providers GST, and they will help to do the work. And some of them are directly doing it on the portal. So there are different ways of working on the portal. How do you work practically on the portal? वो आप advanced ITT training में पढ़ोगे तो सही. When you want a degree, CA, CMA, professional degrees, with this concept, when you do your ITT and advanced ITT training, Tally, GST, all will be covered. So promise you will read and come all this, so that if they ask you exam में ना GST income tax में कोई theory ज़्यादा नहीं है. Just write a short note on reference value. So ऐसे थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ाया है मैंने आपको. Indirect taxes में they are asking, and many students they leave off the first chapter, directly supply से शुरू करते हैं पढ़ना, and in exam 5 marks question is asked, what are the functions of the GST? So then you should know all this. Okay, right. So let us add these abbreviations to our material. Was the introduction part clear to you? Sections, as I said, we are not writing anything. GST and add करते हैं. Yeah, let us add GSTN. Goods, GSTN is Goods and Service Tax Network. It is nothing but web portal जहाँ पे आप काम करेंगे, right? And then with the GSTN, let us add one more term, GSTIN. ये भी लिखो. I told you next time you go to supermarkets, malls and all, take invoice और उनकी invoice पे उनका registration number लिखा होगा 15 digit और 11 digits जो भी है उसमें रहता है. That is GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Identification Number. You know, as we have our PAN card number, which is the unique number, like that we have. Yeah, I know what is happening to petroleum and all those products. ये सब भी MCQs में आता है. करेंगे 2 minutes. GSTN is clear to all of you? Yeah. Next, please write down GST. GST Suvidha Providers. GST Suvidha Providers, they are helping ASPs, Application Suvidha Providers. Application Suvidha Providers. And I told you we have separate 2 portals which are helping them to generate the e-way bill. E-way bill is electronic way bill. For that is इसका तो full form लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. But yes, we have IRP. Invoice Registration Portal. Recent exam, they've asked the question on IRP. If your turnover is more than 50 crores, you have to generate the invoice also on the portal. So सब एक ही portal पे burden हो तो they have taken help of other portals. That is Invoice Registration Portal. It will help you to generate the invoice and then you can go on with your routine invoice. और हमने क्या पढ़ा? HSN, ये हम रोज यूज करेंगे. Harmonized, बड़ा टेक्निकल नाम है. Harmonized System of Nomenclature. HSN, Harmonized System of Nomenclature. Direct tax is charged person-wise. Indirect tax is charged product-wise goods. So concept, which product will have 5%, which product will have. So this is nothing but the coding of goods and services. This will come in the coming chapter in detail. But you know how it works, just a very nice example I give. And say I'm using shampoo, Head and Shoulder shampoo. This comes under cosmetics. But if I'm having severe hair fall problem, nahi hai mujhe koi, but aise bol rahe hain example. So if I'm having some hair fall problem and I take some medicated shampoo, which is not available in the market, but recommended by a doctor, specific doctor for that, that shampoo, will it come in the cosmetics? 18% GST. If it comes under medicinal products, 5% GST. Are you all getting? So like this, the coding in India, we use 4-digit, 6-digit coding. कौन कैसे use करेगा? I'll tell you. But ये जो coding system है, ये abbreviations मालूम होना जरूरी है. So next time when I use HSN, it should be clear to you. It is nothing but the coding system. Clear? I think this much is enough for the introduction class. Introduction, yes. One more part is left, which is actually important. You know how in 2000 se bhi pehle, during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, they have started with the GST lana, and then finance minister was Arun Jaitley when we actually rolled out the GST, how and all. I will teach that. And special emphasis in MCQs, there are some products like tobacco or alcohol and all on which GST is not charged, but still they excise and things are continued. Now you all know the reason. That is one of the biggest revenue for the state. So वो कैसे छोड़ेंगे? Excise छोड़ेंगे तो state के पास income क्या है? And state like us who want to give so many things free, nothing to criticize, but it's a fact. Ye free, wo free. So then where from the money will come? So on that product listing, I'll teach you. And how the set off is done, very, very important. Like IGST is set off in CGST. CGST and SGST आपस में ये क्या है? Don't worry. With diagram, with everything, it will be very clear in tomorrow's class. So did you like this way of studying? 4 pages abbreviation, 4 pages sections. I'm telling you, sections is optional. But the way I'll make you write sections, it will help you to recollect the provisions. Trust me. And then some running notes, and then your workbook is there, which I have shared. So start reading from your material. Any doubts you have, you can ask me. Anyone who wishes to join these classes, in the description, all link is given. Download Concept Classes app and just look at our videos unlocked for even income tax. I challenge the way I'm giving the booster notes, the way I'm giving example. Till the student is not clear, I will not leave you. It's not like, of course, I also make very brief videos for YouTube. But YouTube, I always say, dear students, it is very good for revision. It is not good for coaching. No teacher will give you the lectures in that sequence, that mentoring and all. So take proper coaching. Look into the description box. If you have any doubt in this video, our email ID is given. You can connect with us through Telegram, through WhatsApp. And if you really like this video, do share it with 5 of your friends. If you have got at least some inputs from this, ki haan, base level mein GST kaise charge hota hai, and my example was clear or not, output GST minus input GST, that example you study again and again. What is value addition? How we are paying tax in stages, right? So with all your doubts, we will start the class, introduction, second class tomorrow, right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye all of you. See you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching the video till end. Bye-bye. और पढ़ाई शुरू करो. Some of you are waiting for the results. Not right. Till the result comes, finish off your group 2 studies. And once the result is out, either you have to write both groups again, or if the group is clear, join the internship and then write the group 2. So once you enroll for the profession, you need to continuously be in the study mode, dear. Thank you so much for listening to this